Hi there YouTube, welcome to my October wrap-up and November to be read. Apologies for being a bit late, I've been having internet issues for the last week and so I just couldn't upload anything before then. So that also means two of the books I'm going to be showing you I actually read this month, but I'll include them anyway and I'm sure it'll be fine. So, first things first, the books I read in proper October are... The very first one I read, I can't show you because it's on my Kindle, and that was Anna Karenina, which I was reading with a group of friends. It was like a group read thing, and to be fair, I read most of that during September. I only just finished it in the first few days of October, but I'll include it anyway, and I really enjoyed it. I read War and Peace over the summer, and so decided I'd read Anna Karenina. Ideally I was going to finish it and see the film, but never actually got around to doing that. Then the next book I read was Magician by Raymond E. Feist, or Feist, I'm not quite sure. Amazon had a deal on that book where they were selling it for just $1.99, and so I said I'd get it, and it was really big, and I thought I'm going to read it just because there's not really much space on my to-read shelf for that. They were both really full, so I'll just get it out of the way. I really enjoyed that. I've bought the second one now, as I've shown you before I think, and I'm just waiting for the third one to go down in price to buy before I start on the second one because I'm really enjoying it. The next book I read was Lullaby by Chuck Palahniuk. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce his name. And that I just picked up for 20p. And I thought the cover was kind of nice. Didn't really know much about what it would be about, and it was quite good. I did enjoy it. It's the first book by him I've read, and it definitely encouraged me to read more, so that's definitely on my list. The next two books I don't have to show you because I'm currently letting my sister borrow them, but I've shown you them in my haul videos, and they were Blue Fire and Darkfall, which was the second and the third in the Healing Wars series by Janice Hardy. And they were really good. They were really easy to read, and they weren't that complex, not compared to obviously Magician or the next books I'm going to show you. But no, I really enjoyed them. They were nice and fun to read, and it was a nice little break from something really long. Especially when the next two books that I read this month were quite long. They were so long that they were actually, it was originally just one book, but it was split into two, which is The Way of Kings Part 1 and The Way of Kings Part 2. And I love these books. Love them so much. Definitely can't wait for the next in the series. I'd highly recommend them to anyone, and I'm actually considering doing a book review on these. I've never really done a book review before, so I'm not sure how that'll go, but I'll try and give it a shot and see how that goes. The next book, the final book I read in October, which I don't have to show you either because I'm letting someone else borrow it, is Ready Player One. I've seen quite a lot of people on YouTube here talking about that book and how they really enjoyed it, and it's got all these geeky references. And when I was getting the second part 2 of Way of Kings, I went and picked it up because it was an offer, and wow, I loved it. Really good. I'm now forcing my friend to read it because I think they'll really enjoy it. I read it in about a day and a half. I just stayed up until about 3 in the morning trying to finish it because I didn't want to put it down. Anyway, the next two books, which I'm also going to be showing you in my next haul video, because I bought them both this weekend when I was, well, last weekend now, when I was away. The first one is Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. I just adore this cover. I've resisted buying any more of his books online because I want these covers. And the spine is really pretty. It's just, I love them. I'd read American Gods, and I really like that. I've also got Stardust by him, and I've been wanting to read that one next for a while because it follows one of the characters you meet in American Gods. And it was a really good book. Got a bit dark at points, but I really enjoyed it. And again, I definitely recommend that. And the final book, which I just finished today, is Planet of the Apes by Pierre Boulle. I'm not quite sure if that's how you do it. And also, you can't see, but it says it's a 3D cover, and it came with these little glasses. You can't, obviously won't be able to tell in the video, but it does look really cool. That was the reason I picked it up, and it was only £1. And I never actually read it. I've seen the remake, but I've not seen the original film, so I don't know how close the original film is to the book. But I definitely really enjoyed the book. I actually prefer it to the film, even though I saw the film first. But again, that might just be because it was a remake. It's also really short. It's only 200 pages, and doesn't take long to read at all. And if you're wanting to read more sci-fi, I definitely recommend this. And also just a really nice cover. It's also nice and bright. Anyway, so yes, so that's all the books I read in October and 2 in November. I'm also going to be quite busy this month with uni, so the majority of books I'm going to be reading will probably be uni books, which doesn't leave me much time for my own books, so I've only got 4 to show you. The first one, which I've already shown before, is the Victorian Oxford Book of Victorian Ghost Stories by Michael Cox and Ori Gilbert. And I got this last month intending to read it for Halloween because it's spooky. And as you can see, I'm not that far in, I'm about maybe 10%. So I'm going to continue trying to read this. They're short stories, so it means I can pick them up and read 1 or 2. And so hopefully it shouldn't take me too much longer to finish that if I just kind of read 1 a day. I'm not quite sure how many there are, there's quite a lot in here. They're all quite short, no more than like 10-20 pages each. Yeah, I've read the first 3 and there's about maybe 30, not quite sure. Anyway, the next book I'm going to read is one that I've seen on YouTube quite a bit, and that's Sisters Red, and I went and bought the hardback for this just because it's really pretty, and it was just as cheap. This cost me, I can't remember exactly how much, I think it was about £2, under that. And I've not read that many fairy tale retellings, but it's something that I've been interested in trying, and this one was so pretty. If I enjoy it, I'll probably end up buying some more. Then the next one I'm reading is The Lady and the Unicorn by Tracy Chevalier. It's the author of The Girl with the Pearl Earring, and I really enjoyed that book, and I picked this up again because it was really cheap, and it's been sitting on my shelf for a while, and it was one of the smaller ones, and so I thought I'd pick something short to read this month just so that I have time to get my uni work done. Then my non-fiction book for this month, because I try and read a non-fiction one every month. Not going that well with uni because, well, I'm reading non-fiction ones for uni, but not for enjoyment. But yeah, the one I got, it's Eleanor of Aquitaine, by the Wrath of God, Queen of England, by Alison Weir. And I got this book really cheaply online. I've read some of Alison Weir's historical fiction, but I've not read any of her non-fiction yet. But I own about 3 of the books, I think. I definitely have at least 2 more anyway, and I've not read either of them yet. But one of the books I had to read for my history class mentioned Eleanor of Aquitaine, and she comes after the period that we're studying, but she was quite interesting to read about. And so I thought it'd be nice just to get a book on her, and it's not too long. If you ignore where the bibliography starts, it's about 350 pages, and it's obviously got a few images in the middle. So I think I should be able to manage that if I just kind of conserve my time. So yes, that's my 4 books. Oh, and as usual, I'm still trying to make my way through this History of Western Philosophy by Bertrand Russell. It's going to take me a long time. I've had it for forever now. But, actually, at the moment, I'm on... I'm on book 2 at the moment, so hopefully I'll make my aim to get to book 3 in here because it's split up into 4. Oh no, sorry, it's split into 3 books, but each book is more than 1 part. So I'm on part 1 of book 2. So I'm definitely going to finish part 1, try and finish part 2, and get onto book 3. That's about 150 pages, I think. I should hopefully manage to do that. And there was something... Oh yeah, and on my Kindle, I'm thinking of trying to read The Casual Vacancy, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm about 10% of the way in, and it's not really grabbing my attention. It's not bad, but it's not really something I'd read but I'll keep it there. If I go away again, which I'm doing at the end of the month for a PhD open day, sorry, not PhD, a postgraduate open day, and so I could take it with me to that, and it'll give me something to do while I wait. But anyway, yes, so again, apologies for this being so late. I'm probably going to end up uploading quite a few videos because I've got a massive book haul to show you. It's my birthday next week, so I'm bound to get books for that. And I've potentially got that review coming up, which I'm quite excited about. And I'm also going to attempt some of the tag challenges I've seen because they look really fun. So yeah, so expect a lot more videos from me, and goodbye for now.